people will say, didn't Jesus say, give to him that asks of you, and if someone wants to borrow from you, don't deny lend. There is a verse like that. You read in Luke 6. When I was a young Christian, this is a true story. I was 23 years old. I was a very zealous Christian. I read that verse. Give to him asks of you, and from him that would borrow, don't turn away. And there was a young married man who was not young, he was a middle-aged married man, converted from a Catholic family. I was an officer. He was just a sailor. I earned a lot of money, a lot of money. So this chap was in the same church, and he came to me one day and said, Brother Zach, can you please give me some money? I'll return it to you next month. I said, sure. How much do you want? Remember the verse I had in my mind? Give to him, ask of you. I gave him whatever he wanted. So the next month, he said, Brother Zach, I'm sorry I couldn't make it this month. Can you give me a little more? I'll give it to you next month. I said, sure. The verse was, give to him who asks of you. And so I gave him. First of next month, he comes along and says, Brother, I still couldn't make it. There's a gramophone record, it's just stuck. It's just going round and round and round. Same thing. Same tape playing again. Can you give me some more? So the verse was, give to him who asks of you. I gave it. And after 4 or 5 months like this, it was the same old story. He never returned anything. Then he got transferred somewhere else. And I heard he had backslidden from the Lord and was drinking. Then I said, what's this? He's got money to buy alcohol and drink, but he can't return. I mean, if he gave that money back to me, I'd give it to some other poor person. I didn't want it. I was not in need. But I was furious that money that I earned, which belonged to God, was now going to the devil, to the alcohol industry. So I wrote to him. And I said, hey, brother, if you're going to spend money on alcohol, you better return that money to me, because I can give it to somebody else who's needy. And he replied to me, hey, even the Catholic priest didn't harass me like you're harassing me. Oh, am I harassing you by asking you to not spend your money on alcohol, but return what you borrowed from me? Is that harassment? I said, okay, I won't ask you again. I never asked him again, and I never got the money back. But I did go to the Lord. And I said, Lord, what does this mean? I did what your word said. Give your money to the one who asks of you. And the Lord taught me something in 1963, which I've never forgotten. You acted as if that money was yours. That's why you gave it away. I learned my mistake. I thought, I have the money, I can give to anyone who asks. That is also in Scripture. Give to him that asks. But there's another verse. You know how the devil tempted Jesus with one verse, his angels will protect you. But the Lord said there's another verse, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. That's the balance of Scripture. There is a verse which says, give to him that asks of you. But there's another verse which says, nothing that you have is yours. So if you balance the both, you know what to do. Then I realized that the money I earned every month as a naval officer on the first of the month was not mine. It was God's. That if somebody gave you 10,000 rupees to keep, saying, just keep this, I'll come back later and take it. And somebody else hears about it and say, hey, Brother Zach, I hear you have some money with you. Can you give me 3,000 rupees from that? I'll say, sure, but let me ask the one who gave me this money, and if he allows me to give it to you, I'll give it to you. That's what I should have done. When this man asked me, I should have gone to the one to whom the money belonged. I thought it belonged to me. So I didn't ask the one to whom it belonged, God. I just gave it away, and I learned a lesson. But I'm glad I learned a lesson, just giving out about 1,500 rupees or something those days. But I learned a lesson for life, that what I have did not belong to me, that if I wanted to give it, I should ask someone. And after that, I did that. That when somebody came and asked me, I would go to the Lord and ask him. Sometimes the Lord say, yeah. Many times the Lord say, no. You shouldn't give it to him. Do you do that? When you don't do that, you're acting as if money is mine. I've got plenty. And you sisters, you are even more foolish if it is your husband's hard-earned money that you go around distributing to others. Utterly foolish. So I've spoken words which are to help you to a higher Christian life. If you're faithful here, you can enter college. You don't want to wait till you're 60 years old to enter college. Spiritual college, I mean. Take God's word seriously.